Hi everyone, I'm Zahara Rasheeda. So this is my web application which I have created for web programming and database management questions. So today I'm going to explain you about the 37th question of database management. So this is the 37th question. Now let's go to the first question. Which of the users registered with the shop is living in Kurunegala? Create a view for this. Do not use the graphical method for that. So that means we need to create a view to show the users who are registered in the shop are living in Kurunegala. So to show this, I will write a query. Select from user. I will use the inner join to join the address table. On address ID, which is equal to the user dot address ID, and again I will use the inner join to join the city table. Now I will use the where keyword to mention what I need to find. The city name, which is equal to Kurunegala. Now when I execute the query, so here you can see I have got two records, but to mention only the columns I need, here I will write the column names, user ID, and I need the user's first name, user last name, the contact number, the address, now when I execute the query, you can see this is how I have got the record. So to create a view, here I will write as create view I will write the name as user in Kurunegala. So I have created a view which is named as users in Kurunegala. Now when I execute the query and when I refresh the database, you can see the view have been created like this. So when I write a select query, select asterisk from users in Kurunegala, and when I execute the query, you can see I have got the record like this. So that is how we should complete the first question. Now let's go to the second question. Update the query statement required to get the user ID, first name, last name information in the view created above. So that means we need to update the query which is required to get the user ID, first name, last name of the users. So for that, I will write a query as select from user inner join the address table on address ID which is equal to user table's address ID. And again I will use the inner join to join the city table on city ID which is equal to address table city ID. And I will use the where keyword to mention what I need to find is the city name which is equal to Kurunegala. Now when I execute the query, you can see I have got the details like this. And here I will mention the column names as user.user ID and user's first name and also the last name. Now when I execute the query, you can see I have got the 3 columns, but they have told to update the view table. So for that I will write create view or replace view, and after that I will mention the table name as users in Kurunegala as. Now when I execute the query, I write the query has select from users in Kurunegala and when I execute the query, you can see this is how I have got the updated record with the user ID, first name and the last name. So now let's go to the third question. Here they have told create a view to see all the GRN must include GRN ID, GRN date and provider name. It is not necessary to enter the details of the items purchased here. Use the name of this view as GRN view. So here they have given a specific name which is known as GRN view. Do not use the graphical method to create this view. So that means we have to include the GRN ID, GRN date, and the provider name to create the view. And after that, we have to name the view as GRN view. So now I will write the query. I will write the query as select GRN ID, GRN date, and user first name. From GRN table, I will inner join the user table on user ID, which is equal to GRN tables user ID. Now when I execute the query, you can see I have got the all 4 records like this. After that, I will write the create view query as create view. I will give the name as GRN view as. Now when I execute the query and when I refresh the database, you can see GRN view have been created like this. So now let's go to the fourth question. GRN view you create. So now let's go to the fourth question. The GRN view you created above include the details of all GRN purchased items and rearrange this view. In this view, it is sufficient to display GRN ID, GRN date, first name, last name, product name, quantity, quantity price, selling price. So that means we need to add these details for the GRN view table. So for that, I will write another query as select, and I will mention the column names which we need is the GRN ID, GRN date, user first name, user last name, product name, GRN item, quantity name, GRN item, the selling price, item, the unit price. From GRN, and I will inner join with the user table on user tables user ID, which is equal to GRN tables user ID. And again I will use the inner join to join the GRN item table on GRN item table GRN ID, which is equal to GRN tables GRN ID. And again I will use the inner join to join the product table on the product tables product ID, which is equal to grn item tables product ID. Now when I execute the query, you can see this is how we have got the result. And to create our replace, I will write the query as create replace view. I will give the name as grn view as now when I execute the query and when I write the query as select asterisk from grn view you can see this is how I have got the result. So this is how we should answer the 37th question. Hope you understood everything. Thank you.